the suit between you and Mr. Peter will be based on criminal defamation.
Oh well, I always hear whatever they are doing first and foremost from the social media, because they are just social media presidential.
For some time now, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo has been missing in the public space. The legal team of Mr. Peter Obi filed a lawsuit of defamation against him. The court has now directed that the bailiff to serve Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo notice at his mentioned home in Osaka, and that if no one is around to receive the notice, that they should paste the notice at his gate and snap with a camera. Now, in this video, Kenneth Okonkwo has now suddenly resurfaced at this interesting interview with me.
The suit between you and Mr. Peter will be based on criminal defamation.
Oh well, I always hear whatever they are doing first and foremost from the social media, because they are just social media presidential candidates, social media account followers. So I heard it on social media, and I'm sure whenever I receive it, I'll let you know.
Because I understand that it's a substituted service that that the court has granted them to serve you by substituted means.
Good, and that's the whole falsehood about this. Because when you claim substituted service, you will have to go into an affidavit to say you have tried to serve the person personally and you did not get the person. I remember in one of the writ of summons that I saw on social media, they listed one of my properties in Enugu as the address. And they know where I stay, in Abuja. These are the people who were together in the presidential legal team together. They know where to get me. And they are talking about using an address in Enugu. And they went to, in my own opinion, must have perjured, because they say they've tried to serve me. I kept people there to look for their service anytime they will come. And so they went on that falsehood to go to the courts to get an order to make substituted service. The whole idea of trying to use the address in Enugu is to do that falsehood. You know where I stay, in Abuja. So why all this social media noise making?
No ounce of service or no ounce of notice have you got from the court about this matter? Everything
from
has
the
been
court.
From the court, directly or indirectly,
Yes.
It's been on social media all along.
It's been on social media, but
this legal tussle and this legal battle has been on social media
all along. The pre-action notice, they put it on social media before they served me in my phone. And even though I could have objected to the mode of service, I accepted it and replied. But from the court, I've not received anything.
Are you ready for this battle?
There's no battle at all. This is just a joke. I told people that this is a calculated attempt to gag me, to cow me, to intimidate me, to harass me. I have been a public affairs analyst from 2009. I stand by everything that I said. As a matter of fact, I've not even said it the way it is. The NDC aspirants on daily basis, they keep saying and repeating what they told me publicly. A lot of them are in courts. A lot of them have even gone to magistrate court to institute a criminal complaint from Imo State. And it was NDC that said that Peter Obi and the caucus leaders were the people that organized the primary in Southeast. And of course, you know, Section 42 forbids you to make a rule and discriminatorily apply it to a geopolitical zone or people based on place of origin. The aspirants from the Southeast, we are told to pay 10 million naira and 20 million naira by NDC, led by the caucus leaders in the Southeast, which NDC identified. And I just came here to say what is already out there in the public. And they say you're being defamed. Defamed for what? Did you not hear what Aisha Yusuf said? Did you not hear what Seraka Dixon said? Seraka Dixon said that him and Peter Obi offered Aisha Yusuf the ticket of the House of Representatives so that she will abandon the Senate. For the way before that they use the word offer. Section 125, subsection 1A of the Electoral Act makes that bribery and corruption. In the law, stated offer to induce somebody to ensure the return of another candidate. And whenever you write a result, you have offended section 119, subsection 1A of the Electoral Act. And I'm just pointing out, exposing what is happening in NDC, and you are telling me defamation, then the whole idea of defamation has to be redefined.
Your statement as a betrayal of trust, and perhaps you're still doubling down on what will cost you a very heavy lawsuit if you are found guilty.
Sorry. That is a civil proceeding. So the issue of being found guilty.
Is it not a criminal defamation, or is it a civil defamation?
No, it's just a civil.
It's a civil defamation. Okay,
civil, empty. Look, these people make noise, but I wouldn't tell you what we're going to do. Let them go to Atlantic Ocean. We will meet them there. What's the whole idea of going to Onitsha? You are in Abuja. It was in this studio that I said what I said. I live in Abuja. Everything is here in Abuja. You want to run to Onitsha. That shows the malevolence that they bring to their practice of law. Because in law, you are supposed to act in utmost good faith. But you know what? Bring them on.
You're ready.
Anytime.
Well, quickly, I mean, because that's not really the business why we're here. You don't feel a sense of disloyalty for someone you were this close to. 1, you spoke for him. 2, 3, you are from the same region and ethnic stock. Don't you think is a high level of disloyalty? A lot of your clanspeople are saying, why are you going after your man that is highly respected within the Southeast?
Okay, let's put it this way. Every campaign is for a season. I worked for P2B 2023. That was a duty. That was a job. And I did it effectively well. And we concluded it. I was on throughout the legal process until it was concluded. So my job was finished. And I still rolled over to be doing things pro bono for him. It was a volunteer job. I did it free of charge. And then, as a public affairs analyst that I have been from 2009, before I ever met P2B, I proceeded with my job. You were one of the earliest interviewers that interviewed me in July 2024 when I said I wasn't speaking for him anymore because he's not decisive. I've seen in him certain qualities that will make him unfit to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I made it public. By then, I had finished my job with him. But in order for the people to know that I am not speaking for him anymore, I made it public. And I went my own way. And I was doing my own job. You know what? He was the one who betrayed me. I talked about Atiku Abubakar here on this studio much more than I would even talk about P2B. And people were telling Atiku Abubakar, this young man that is getting close to you, are you aware of what he said to you? Abubakar said, I am looking at this young man. I am seeing the value in him and his tenacity to bring about a great Nigeria. That is what I am seeing. And if I have the opportunity, I'll bring him in to bring that value to Nigeria. Look at a man, a talent discoverer, that discovered Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, that discovered Professor Charles Soludo, that discovered El-Rufai. You knew how Abuja was before he came in, and he transformed El-Rufai. What Atiku Abubakar is looking at is not what you said about him, because he knows that his desire for Nigeria is not about him, but what value are you bringing in? I had not even done anything for Atiku Abubakar, but he insisted. I've seen something in this young man. When I talked against him, he did not go to Adamawa. He did not go to Jada to bring frivolous suit against me. But this is somebody I worked for, did everything, stayed in the court for months, and I am free doing my job. And you're running to Onitsha to bring frivolous defamation suit against himself, not me. Who is now the betrayer? Who is disloyal? Assuming without considering, I even did something wrong. So that is how he would have treated me.
Should he have kept quiet and look on as you defame him and you say things about him, unprintable things about him? You continue to discredit him. Is that fair? Is it not going through a legal means to be able to?
Is your word.
Because that's the allegation in court, that you were defaming him.
I sat down here gave you the names of the people that told me things. I did not even say the way it is. I was still trying to show.
Some of them are denying.
When you have something written down, you know what the court said? You know what the law says? Oral evidence cannot be adduced to contradict a written document. I have them with me. At the appropriate time, everybody will go and answer for his crimes, for his offenses, and for his denials. And so there is no defamation at all. I told you that a lot of people have said worse things about him. You know what he said? No, I don't want to see them. They are faceless. So your intention is to destroy people who are face. Your intention is to destroy any southeast person, a bright person arising from the southeast. So other people that are faceless, you won't go after them. But the people that are adding value, you want to go after them. Bring him on. Let him come.
What if you lose this case?
I will not lose it because there's no case at all.
Really?
Yes.
Are you being confident because you're
It's
a
not
lawyer?
being...
Are you?
Yes, I am a lawyer. I know the things I said. First and foremost, I was briefed by a client. Second and foremost, I'm a public affairs analyst. Third and foremost, I am a citizen of Nigeria that's under a legal duty to expose corruption and crime anywhere I find it and wherever I find it. I have been a columnist since 2019, and I have the right, even as a columnist, not even to disclose my source of information, provided I can justify that it's true. Is it in contest that NDC aspirant from Southeast, we are told to pay 10 million naira for House of Rep, 20 million naira for Senate? Do you know in Enugu State, where I come from, 99 persons contested for the House of Rep. That's 990 million naira. 98 persons in Imo State contested for House of Rep alone.
And that's not the money for the forms?
It is not the money for expression of forms. It's not the money for the nomination. And their own guideline is that you pay just for expression of interest form. And after you have won, then they will take.
And all of these people spoke to you?
Not all of them, but the 99 members was broadcasted by NDC.
What is your ultimate aim around Peter Obi? Do you want to? You are happy to bring him down, or what exactly? What exactly do you gain?
I've just been appointed the spokesperson of Atiku Abubakar, and it's inconsequential whatever he's doing with his life. If we may proceed to more important issues, I want to talk about contenders.
But the question
in
I'm asking you,
2027,
Mr.
I don't
Okonkwo,
want to talk about pretenders.
who are those?
Are you bringing down someone that's already down? What are you doing? Please proceed with other issues.
Can anyone trust
I
you,
have.
Mr. Okonkwo, for example? You spoke about Bola Tinubu.
Yes.
You spoke about Peter Obi.
Yes.
You spoke about how can Atiku trust you? How can Nigerians trust you that you won't betray Atiku Abubakar the way you have betrayed Bola Tinubu, betrayed Peter Obi?
Good. I have not even worked with Atiku Abubakar, so where's the betrayal?
You have just started.
No, that's what I'm saying. I have not even worked with Tinubu. I said I don't like same-pay ticket.
You said said a lot of things about Tinubu on the stage, on the podium.
Absolutely,
you
and
were
I'm still
literally
saying,
the MC of APC at
and
the
I
time.
am still saying it, standing by it. Let me tell you, you know what Atiku Abubakar said in the letter of appointment? This appointment confirms the confidence I repose in your integrity, in your public communication skills, in your political judgment, in your all the goodies anybody can say. He's a man that knows that I can never betray, by the grace of God, anybody I have worked with.
But you betrayed Peter Obi, don't
No.
you? You work for Peter
He
Obi.
betrayed himself. I just told you how he betrayed me.
Because you were the first
I worked
who
for him.
denounced him publicly.
The first that denounced him publicly.
You were between both of you, you were the first who came out to say you don't trust him. He's not resolute. He's not consistent, and you said so many things
Okay,
about
now
him.
let's look at it this way. How many times do employees fire their bosses? It takes a man of principle to do that.
So you fired Peter Obi, did not fire you.
That's your words.
I'm
I just
asking.
made a public statement. And Sheung, if you don't have any other thing to say in this program, let us consider it done.
You're done with talking about Peter Obi.
Because
Why does
he's not relevant.
Why does he agitate you?
How? You are the one that is agitated.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking.
I've asked you now 3
is
times
it,
for
is
us
it
to
a possible
proceed
success
to
of Peter
another.
Obi?
Hold on. I've asked you for 3 times to proceed
Yeah, I'm gonna
to another topic.
You know
You know what?
the
You are the one that is
the
fixated.
political
You are the one that is
disagreement,
fixated.
the political disagreement
Yes.
within Igbo land has stalled the progress of allowing any Igbo man become president in this country. And you don't think this is a trace of it?
I can tell you that the quality of leadership of a people determines the rate of their progress. I've always told you that the success democratically of a people depends on how they are able to cohere among themselves and collaborate with other people. There is no doubt that when a people are not united, when they are not in peace, it will impede their tendency and their capability to govern.
Let me ask you, this is your appointment. How much did you work hard for it? They say you lobbied so hard for it. And there are a lot of pictures of you around Atiku Abubakar's corridor at his balcony. And the thinking is that you must have been having sleepless nights and having night vigils at Atiku Abubakar until the man just bestow and have mercy upon you to give you the appointment.
Well, I really thank God for his grace. I've heard so many things too. I've heard that I went to Peter Obi to ask for rent for a duplex. He said, oh, no, we'll give you for a flat. And I went to Atiku. And then he still gave me the one for flat. And I laughed. You know why? The same person that's talked about the rent, the first thing he said is that I went to Peter Obi to ask to become the publicity secretary of a failed political party. When he did not click, he now said I went to Peter Obi to ask for rent. By 1994 in Lagos, I packed into my own duplex, which as a young man of 20, I rented myself 5 Cobham Street, Lagos, and I lived there for 14 years. When I came to Abuja, I couldn't start living in duplex again. I started building mansions to the glory of God. The issue here is this. Let me be doing my job, let them be talking. The whole idea is that Atiku Abubakar is a talent discoverer. I met him the first time March 1st, 2025, when he graciously sent for me, and I went to meet him, and we talked. Pleasant man who is looking for the good of Nigeria, and we kept relating since then. I didn't want to make the mistake I made first. I said this time around, I'm going to know people on a closer note before I talk with them and talk for them. And at the end of the day, he made up his mind that this is the value adder. And you know what? Atiku Abubakar, when I met him the first time and he told me his vision for this country, I was captivated. Because vision is the mental picture of a preferred future. I now see that this great man has a vision to foster a united, secure, and prosperous Nigeria, where and in which every citizen can live a happy, healthy, and productive life. From this, his vision, you can see that his agenda is very, very easy to distill, which includes unity, security, which includes economic prosperity, education, health, and which includes restructuring. This restructuring is the one that touches me most. But in order to achieve these things, Atiku Abubakar is of the opinion that his mission will be to provide appropriate political leadership to implement his developmental agenda and to facilitate the realization of his vision. He understood from day one that no matter how good a manifesto is, no matter how good the laws of the land are, no matter how good your own program is, without effective leadership, it will come to naught. Our problem in this country is implementation. Enough of all these words. Atiku Abubakar is going to be a man of action. That is what his mission is. And his agenda will be adequately fulfilled. In 1999 to 2007, Atiku Abubakar did it with Olusegun Obasanjo. all the things they set out to achieve. He was the head of the economic team. And after discovering all these people, Nigeria was owing about $40-something billion. Atiku Abubakar being the head of the economic team with Kenneth Okonkwo that he discovered. They were not borrowing more to put us into slavery. They took us out of debt. And before they left, we were no longer indebted to any country. From 40 billion to zero. Economy. In the economy, we were moving graciously, becoming the most powerful economic nation in Africa. In security, you dare not do anything when they were there. Because you're given a job, you do it. You don't do it, you're gone. This is Atiku Abubakar, the man, the winner at all times.
Let me ask you, this case today that we saw with the ADC, but this is not the end of it. But this is just one of the several cases.
This is the end of this case.
The litany, I mean,
yes.
This can go on.
And you know, we were a country that is based on judicial precedent. And judicial precedent means that the judgment from this case is persuadable to other judges. It has persuadable power to all the other judges that have cases of similar nature. The whole idea of the judgment is that the issue of leadership is the internal affairs of a political party, and the court does not have jurisdiction to entertain it. Every other case we have in court is linked to our leadership and our internal affairs. So obviously, the courts do not have any jurisdiction to entertain them. So the cases are dead.
What happens to the rest of the case? Because there are those who fear that those legal issues might stop the ADC from success. Because at the end of the day, there is a possibility of truncating the chance of ADC seeing its opportunity to be on the ballot to the very end. And thereby, someone like Atiku Abubakar and Rotimi Amechi might not, at the end of the day, be on the ballot.
Figments of your imagination. The whole idea of Electoral Act 2026 is to try to legislate the opposition out of existence. And we resisted APC and their failed National Assembly. They now want to use all this litigation to litigate us out of existence. We resisted them and they are falling like pack of cards. Atiku Abubakar is going to contest 2027 and he will be the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I warned earlier that all the opposition leaders, all the opposition political parties must have to come together in order to win Tinubu and APC outrightly. I did warn that any of the opposition leader or party that leaves the coalition, you're making yourself vulnerable. We did our due diligence more than 18 months before we unveiled ADC. I was there. I participated in it. And of course, you know that if I saw anything as a lawyer, I would have objected to it and I would not be part of it. The due diligence was done. 2nd July, it was unveiled. 29 July, the National Executive Committee dissolved itself, led by Ralph Mosu. Can you imagine? The chairman and the required majority from the National Executive Committee was obtained. And after dissolving itself, they set up the David Mark-led leadership to take over the party in accordance with ADC constitution. What else is remaining?
My final question.
You saw the chief of staff telling you that no. They don't want anybody to leave ADC. Let them remain in ADC. Scatter them, fight them, destroy them. We will support you. And he mentioned their names. Abejide, he mentioned their names. Nafiu Bala, he said it openly. That is the only thing that is remaining.
Mr.
You don't have any legal
Mr. Okonkwo, my final question to you quickly. You oppose Rotimi Amechi as a running mate of Atiku Abubakar. Do you still hold that view?
First and foremost, I do not know where you got that from.
Do you support Rotimi Amechi?
First and foremost, Rotimi Amechi is the choice of the party and everybody that is a loyal party member
So you are denying
should support.
You are denying your earlier position about Rotimi Amaechi.
No, I said I expected that the vice president should come from southeast. It was a geopolitical expression, not the person of anybody. And of course, I understood the limitations within the Electoral Act 2026. Remember, for anybody to be eligible to contest, you must have been a member 21 days before the primary. So the people from the southeast that I would have preferred, strictly speaking, we are not even registered members. So we are restricted. Rotimi Amaechi, Hayatuddin, Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, these were the people that we are showing interest to contest the presidential election. And then when Peter Obi left, Southeast was thrown into confusion. And you have to pick a vice president that has a elicited interest that he wants to embark on the onerous duty of campaigning around the nation. Rotimi Amaechi got up to 500 and something voters in the primary. You cannot alienate them. What I was agitating is that even if you have constraints, you ought to get the people of Southeast and sit down with them and say, look, these are my constraints. And because of this, even if this is not there, these are there, then they will know what they will present to their people. I have said it.
So you have grudgingly accepted Rotimi Amaechi?
No. There's no grudgingly
because Atiku has made his choice.
There's no grudgingly in it. When he was announced, Atiku was not in Nigeria. He traveled. So when he came in, he did the needful, if you recall. And that is the beauty of this great Democrat. When he came, everything was halted. When he came in, he went into dialogue, called all the parties. He's not the kind of person that will tell you what you're saying is empty. That what you're saying is
so it was the party who made the decision, not Atiku at first.
Sheung, be very careful. The duty to choose a running mate is by the presidential candidate.
So Atiku chose Amaechi.
When you see Atiku, you ask him.
Well, you speak for him now.
Yes, Atiku is in the know about the choice of Amaechi. Amaechi is in the know about his choice. It was a mutually beneficial choice.
All right, Mr. Okonkwo, we need to leave it at that tonight. But many thanks. Always a pleasure having you join us. But I will ask you to go and speak with your very good brother, Mr. Peter Obi. He's a good man. You are a good man. Resolve your differences. I don't think that you should get to the point of going to court.
I mean, he's my brother.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Even when the governor of Edo State harassed him, even when his life was in danger, I wasn't speaking for him again. I told them, please, that I'm not speaking for him. He's my brother. And if anything happens to him, you will know that even if a madman, you kill a madman, you will know that he has brothers. I came out to defend him.
Right.
But you know what? He is taking me to court.
All right. How do you go? How the
Welcome back. In this interview that you just watched, you can see that Kenneth Okonkwo mentioned a lot of things. Now, he now refers us social media to as Mr. Social Media urchins and noisemakers. He also said that they know where he lives in Abuja and that he was never running away. Remember that in a court, the court that served the notice was in Onitsha, in the eastern part of the country where Kenneth Okonkwo actually comes from. He said, when asked by Sean about the battle ahead, he said that there's no battle, that they are just trying to intimidate him, that the sum of 10 million naira was requested Mr. Peter Obi from all the aspirants in the NDC. Kenneth Okonkwo, the last time I checked, is supposed to be a lawyer. I am not a lawyer, but I know that in law you say that someone is a criminal and a scammer, not the party. You should have proof. You should have proof to back it up, to back up what you said. I stand to be corrected also by my legal friends in the comment section. Now, as a lawyer, he should know that those people who he claimed told him about such thing has come out to say that Mr. Obi never asked them to pay any money to him or the NDC. Now, the last time I checked, Mr. Peter Obi is not the national leader or founder of the NDC, and he's not the national chairman of the NDC. So what concerns Mr. Peter Obi, who is also a contestant and aspirant under the NDC with the decision of the party's leadership. The national chairman of the NDC, Mr. Siyadeti, has even come out to explain and address the issue that it was a contribution to the party, but no. Kenneth Okonkwo specifically said that it was the Southeast Caucus led by Mr. Peter Obi that demanded that money. He even took it personal that it was Peter Obi that made the demand and called him all sorts of unprintable names, a criminal, a scammer, a so-called lawyer for that matter. He did not know that as it stands now, that he has no witness to stand for him in the defense. He also forgot that he is not just facing a casual lawyer, but a senior advocate and a well-decorated one for that matter. He can now see how can your hatred against someone amount to this level of rascality. I am beginning to believe that story that he asked Mr. Peter Obi for house rent, and when he refused, he decided to bring him down. Because I don't see the reason for all these attacks against Mr. Peter Obi. Even Mr. Sean has asked him countless times. Even in this video, he also asked him the same question. What did Mr. Peter Obi do to you? And he keeps on shouting every time the question was thrown to him. It was a Peter Obi that betrayed him first. That was Peter Obi that betrayed him first. Okay, we agree. Just tell us what it. Another point he raised was that Mr. Atiku Abubakar saw the talent and the value that he has. I've been asking myself this question till now. What exactly are those qualities, electoral value, that Kenneth Okonkwo has, except insulting and attacking Peter Obi? Kenneth Okonkwo should remember that Daniel Buala was there before him. At least Daniel Buala is a well-known lawyer, unlike him, Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. He has a very beautiful chamber in Abuja, one of the most beautiful chambers in Abuja. I'm not seeing any chamber that belongs to Kenneth Okonkwo. If there is any, I'm not aware. Yet he claims that he went to court for Peter Obi. Jesus, someone that was just wearing wig and gown, following the legal team of Peter Obi up and down, all for the camera. Someone should please advise him like Kenneth Okonkwo. Someone that is close to him should talk sense to him. The hate for Peter Obi is seriously affecting him. I thought it was only mentally, but I can see that it's affecting him physically. He's slim now. He's slim that in interview very well. Let me hear your thoughts on the comment section. Please just beg, just like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I will always be the first to give you the latest